Now is the time where we get to check in with Sam Machkovech, culture reporter from Ars Technica. We talk about the craziest, most exciting, drool-worthy gaming news. Sam, are you there?
I am here. Hey, everybody.
Oh, hey. We're doing a
fantastic.
show. I don't know if you knew that. It looks like you're wearing a Vive right now.
Well, I'm technically in a way cooler place than you guys could even possibly imagine. I'm currently hanging out with whales and manta rays. I'm doing pretty good. So I thought I'd show off my sweet new toy, which just came in a giant box the other day. I don't know that we're going to necessarily talk about virtual reality, but I'm happy to add a virtual reality tinge take on this week's news.
It would be awesome if we could have like the, cool.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Wow, it's dueling VR
Yeah.
right now.
That is great.
And which one do you have, Ken?
Oh, this is a very, very inexpensive knockoff kind of drop your phone into VR headset that
It's been
really
removed
do
at this
much.
point.
See, you missed it.
Exactly.
You missed it, Sam. Those are the kinds of things you miss when you're behind that headset.
It's true.
I don't want to make you guys jealous, so I'll just say, sure, you're right. Yeah, whatever. This is my new sweet hat. I'm going to wear this all around the streets of Seattle. I hope it looks real cool.
Yeah,
It
it does.
does.
It does.
All right, tell
Watch
us.
out for low door jams.
Yeah.
Good point. Tell us about No Man's Sky from Hello Games. You got to take a sneak peek at that this week.
I did. No Man's Sky has been talked about a lot for about 2 years since it was unveiled at the E3 conference in 2014 as a giant, seemingly endless space exploration game with an estimate of 17 quintillion planets in this galaxy is what universe is what they've estimated. The folks at Hello Games. Hello Games was known to gamers before this as the makers of a little game called Joe Danger, which was a very simple, very fun touchscreen and Xbox game. And now they've come up with a game that's all about, as the creator says, maths. Sean Murray, the founder and head programmer of Hello Games, essentially came up with a series of formulas that all emanate from sort of a big bang. It's a math big bang where all these formulas work to create all of the content in the game. Just the idea of just like hundreds of thousands of math equations, all sine and cosine kind of functions, all colliding together to create rivers and valleys and mountains and caverns and all this sort of content. And what happens is you're thrown in this game and you just fly from planet to planet. And the question is, how is this actually a game as opposed to just a giant math experiment? And that's sort of what we got to find out. We were flown to Los Angeles on Tuesday to check out a private demonstration of the gameplay parts in which you are essentially surviving. There are a lot of these open world games now where you're expected to survive. You're expected to find resources, keep yourself healthy, get loot, get guns, get items. And that's sort of what's been attached to the game here, where you have to essentially find your way to the center of the universe by finding stuff on planet to planet, actually learning about the stuff on each individual planet in order to learn its language. It's all gibberish on each planet has a totally different language, and you have to imagine a planet about half the size of the Earth that you have to scale in real time, either on foot or in a spaceship. And you have to like cover these planets all the way around in order to find everything that you need to get to the next planet, to get you to the next planet. It's essentially a total obsessive compulsive nightmare / dream in terms of having to find all this stuff in a realistically sized universe. I assume that's what it's like to fly from planet to planet. I haven't really souped up my budget on space travel just yet. But they announced a release date coming late this June for PlayStation 4 and PCs. It'll be $60. This is not a digital download game. They're pushing this, I believe, as Sony's biggest game of the summer. And they're releasing it simultaneously on computer, which is not a usual move for Sony. So pretty cool all around. Not totally sure if it's going to be a great game, but it's incredibly fascinating just to look at and talk about. It looks beautiful, as you saw.
So No Man's Sky has gotten a lot of hype. Do you think it's lived for you? Is it living up to the hype?
So I enjoyed what I played, but I had to really set my expectations for a game in which the aimlessness is built in. That this is not a game with end bosses. It's not a game with structured quests. It's more about what's over there. And they make it beautiful, and they make it easy to get around. It's easy to find a spaceship and fly around. It's easy to meet these weird creatures who all look really cool. They're also all procedurally generated using a mix of math and prearranged, pre-filtered bits and eyeballs and horns and wings and all this stuff. So getting lost in it is fascinating, interesting, and beautiful. fun is not necessarily the word I'd use. And I think there are just enough people out there who will like this exact kind of dive through an endless galaxy. But the one thing that was interesting I found was the creator said 99.9% of the content that exists in this game's universe will never be found. That's how big this universe is. Even if millions of people play this game, there's a good chance that only 0.01% of the stuff that's automatically generated will actually be traversed by other people. So that's fascinating, but fun to play. The jury's still out. We'll find out in June.
I guess that means replay value will be very high, if that's the case. About as high as it could possibly be.
You're never going to see your friend who's an obsessive compulsive completist ever again.
Yeah.
I just have to find one more planet. I just need to find one more planet.
Just one more. Interesting. So a game based around curiosity, basically. That's what it sounds like. Very cool stuff.
And the creator joked that Peter Molyneux was hidden at the center of the galaxy to tell everybody what was inside the Curiosity Cube. So if anyone is familiar with that whole Peter Molyneux mess of overpromising and under-delivering, they're dancing around that as well. So that was a joke, I thought.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but there's a lot of people giggling around me that do know. So